Yo, what's up, Brandon DeVincent, man? What's up? What's up?
What
What's
it
up?
do? What it do, bruh?
How you doing, man?
Shoot, good man. Doing real good, man. It's a nice little Tuesday over here, man.
Yeah,
It's a lot of basketball coming up, bro. I'm kind of excited
yeah, yeah,
for this
yeah,
season on the way, man. Definitely, it's always exciting when you got a team. I guess every team can be kind of excited, but when you got a team that's actually in contention,
yeah,
it makes you a little more excited to kind of see what we can work with, man. But
yeah.
yeah, man, how you feeling?
Good. Same as you, man. I'm getting excited. Basketball always kind of sneaks up on you because you get into football season,
Right.
and basketball just boom preseason game. You're like, oh, okay, cool. We starting next week. Cool. All right.
Is is that and homecoming?
Yeah.
And bro, I just thought about it, bro. I know this is gonna be crazy because a side note, I didn't know I didn't know Kansas City was only like 2 3 hours away from Tulsa,
I almost hit you up. You said you was going to Tulsa.
bruh. But we gonna talk offline, bro. Because I just
Yeah.
once I realized that, then I gotta let you know when I'm gonna be in Tulsa and stuff. But yeah,
All right. Let me know.
um,
Let me know. Let me know.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, back to the basketball thing. But so I had a question, bro, because I've been catching a little bit of the preseason
Yep.
with Dallas and whatnot. I want to hear your thoughts, man, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of liking a lot of what I'm seeing,
Hmm.
but I kind of want to see what you think about some of the players out there, some of the lineups we're putting out, stuff like that. So what you think thus far?
Man, I'm I'm feeling good so far, man. I like I like what I'm seeing out there. Looks like we're in the second year of this Jason Kidd era, right? It looks like
Hmm.
it doesn't look like we're trying to figure things out anymore. And I know it's just the preseason, but people don't look lost on the floor. People don't look like they're trying to figure out this new system, right? It looks like we're continuing where we left off from last year. And
Right.
so we're getting some play from some of the young guys. I know you probably want to talk about them. Jaden Hardy, looking good in preseason. Looking a little better than I thought he would in preseason. Um, Looking like he may get some run early for this Mavs team. I think we're looking fine, man. People are kind of talking down on us. I'm not saying everyone, but I'm hearing a lot of people kind of talking down because we lost Jalen Brunson. But I feel good over here about the Mavs, man. So
Yeah, and I agree. A lot of people had us like one of the top losers of free agency because we lost Jalen Brunson, and we didn't really on paper it looks like we've replaced the scoring aspect he had. And I mean, don't get it wrong, Jalen Brunson, he's a bucket for sure. He's a bucket. But I think the Mavs always benefited because they worked together as a unit, as a team.
yeah,
And that's what also benefited Jalen as well too. We work so well. It's crazy because that was actually proven more when Luca was out. It's
yeah,
like, okay, Luca's out. You got a person that usage rate is top two in the league.
yeah,
And now you just have the team and you're thinking, okay, this team's gonna be lost without Luca. Like, nah, these boys know how to play together. They play as a unit. So I think that actually helped us in the long run, when you talk about overall team chemistry and confidence, because you got a guy Luca that's gonna show up 8 nights out of 10.
yeah,
And then you talk about playoffs, he's gonna show up like by 9 nights out of
yeah,
10.
yeah,
So you have that, and you have guys just like, man, if I just step in and do my job,
yeah,
we're going to be in every game.
yeah,
And so like you in this preseason, it just kind of feels like we're picking up where we left off. And I'm not gonna lie, Christian Wood is coming in and getting buckets, bro.
looks
Like
good. He looks
he's
good.
looking nice, and so I
He's
know they go ahead.
Christian Wood has shown me, and again, no, it's only preseason, but Christian
Yeah,
Wood is doing everything we wanted Porzingis to do.
yeah,
Whether that's being aggressive, going to the basket, shooting that three with confidence, having a little post up game, like
all
he's
right,
doing everything we wanted Porzingis to do, at least offensively. He's doing
yeah,
everything we wanted to do with Porzingis. So I think offensively, Christian Wood is going to be a home run. I think so, and I think defensively, I think he'll be solid. Like teams usually tend to come. I mean, players usually tend to come play under Jason Kidd and get better at defense. So I think he'll at least be solid, at least be average on defense. So I think he's a great pickup. I think he's a steal. I think we're gonna get so much out of him, and
Yeah,
I think he makes up for the Jalen Brunson loss. Maybe
yeah,
not as far as playmaking, but scoring points for sure. So
yeah. That's gonna be a huge part. It's a wrinkle to Dallas that people just aren't used to in quite some time. Um, and I feel like his abilities on the offensive end is just it's really different. And so I think that's going to be crazy. And like you said, if Kid was able to get Luka to buy in so much on defense,
yeah,
you can only imagine what he can do maybe with Christian Wood. And as long as you're not a liability on defense on this Dallas team and you buy into the team defense, it's going to reap benefits. And he's a rebounding machine.
yeah,
So you can make them miss. We got somebody in there. We got him, and he got McGee. JaVale
yeah,
McGee not scared to get them boards either, man. So we getting some players in here that's not only if they buy in, they'll be good fits, but they're going to be fits that can really be upgrades at our bigs. I think everyone really is thinking that if Spencer Dinwiddie can further his development, or not necessarily his development, but further his play and
yeah,
continue his momentum from last year, being in like a whole year in this system. That's really probably the main X factor in how far we go. Uh, because obviously we've seen Dinwiddie when he's aggressive, get to the paint, he's going to get foul calls. He's a good finisher, things of that nature. Um, and I know you talked last week about the whole lineup situation, and you kind of liking Spencer Dinwiddie not being in the lineup as much as Luka because of kind of like how they are as far as like
yeah,
Dinwiddie's really good, more so on ball,
yeah.
um,
And we
and
just
and
don't,
and
and we just don't have that many
yeah,
playmakers. So it's kind of
off the
spread them out.
bench,
Yeah,
correctly, exactly. It makes sense, and I can agree because I remember I betted on Dinwiddie a few times when he first got to Dallas, but when Dinwiddie was man in that second quarter,
yeah,
it was times where he was getting like 8 or 10 points in that second quarter just because it was just his show.
hmm,
And so we did get some recent updates. Initially, the starting lineup was going to be Luka, Dinwiddie, Dodo, Bullock, and McGee. But now it seems as though Dinwiddie is going to be coming off the bench, according to Jason Kidd. He's going to be coming off the bench with Tim Hardaway Jr. and Christian Wood, is what we've been hearing. So, with that being said, how does that make you feel as far as the potential starting lineup? We know four. We don't know who the fifth person is going to be, but we know on the bench, it's likely to be, from what I'm hearing, Dinwiddie, Hardaway Jr., Kleber, and Wood all coming off the bench.
that's a nice bench unit.
That's crazy.
I
That's players that could be starting
Yeah,
somewhere else. Like,
yeah. No,
yeah,
I love the lineup. I think it's smart to kind of have Luca just be Luca, right? Um, Put a bunch of guys who kind of need to be set up around him, like a JaVale McGee, and then have guys who can kind of who are a little more flexible, can kind of handle the ball a little more, create their own shots. Had them work together coming off the bench, man. I think that's the lineup right there, and I think we're going to see a change more throughout the year. We'll see Tim Hardaway Jr. starting at times. We'll see,
yeah,
we may see some Josh Green starting at times just to,
yeah.
kind of switch it up a bit. Who knows? But I like the idea of Spencer Dinwiddie and Christian Wood coming off the bench together, and then having McGee start with Luca. I like that. So
Yeah, and a part of me is like, man, that's not even fair to be playing chess like that,
yeah,
bro.
it ain't.
But it's really so genius because at the end of the day, it really kind of doesn't matter who starts. It
Yeah,
matters who
who
finishes.
finished?
And so,
And a lot of those guys you
yeah,
named, Spencer Dinwiddie and Wood, they're gonna finish the game.
they're definitely gonna finish the game. But in the beginning, you talk about players that's gonna come in and take advantage of your second unit
Yeah,
or your first unit on, like, maybe that Gatorade symbol probably on
yeah,
that little tie.
yeah,
So that's crazy to think because Tim Hardaway is still up. But you got Tim Hardaway, and
Yeah.
I just gotta outline this for the fans. There's 3 players potentially coming off the bench that at one point in their careers put up at least 16 points a game individually.
Yeah.
With Tim Hardaway, Spencer Dinwiddie, I think at his best put up, I think 20 in Brooklyn.
Something like that. Yeah.
And then you got Christian Wood, who I believe last year in
Like
Houston was putting up 17.9 points per game, I think,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. Like
So
18 and 10.
you got, 18 and 10. You got that coming off the bench.
Yeah.
There's not many. I couldn't tell you another team that can say that.
Yeah.
Well,
And then you
that's
got
that.
and then you got an
Go ahead.
MVP caliber player starting.
You got a player starting that in playoffs is likely to be the best player in the playoffs because he just steps up to another level in the playoffs. This is yeah. We just gotta stay healthy and figure out our lineups, man. And Dallas is they're gonna be dangerous. They're gonna be dangerous, bro.
So we did talk about the Jalen Brunson role. Oops, I hit my mic there. We did talk about the Jalen Brunson role.
Yeah.
There are rumors of Mavs being interested in Campazzo. I believe I'm saying this right, Campazzo.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
And so I think it's fine. I've actually mentioned to you before, like I think the Mavs are gonna go out and fill kind of that backup playmaker, just a simple playmaker role. I think that's what we need. We got the scoring, we got the rebounding, we got the size. We just kind of need someone else who can facilitate and run the offense. I think that's a fine. Like if we do go out and get him, I think that's fine. Will there be better options? Probably, but if we ended up with him, like I'd be satisfied with that move. I think that's a move that will actually make us a little bit better and kind of fill an empty spot that we need. So, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, honestly, when I heard it, I'm not gonna lie, I got a little excited. But I only got excited because I just like watching Dallas basketball.
Yeah,
And from what I remember with Campazzo in Denver is that this dude makes some nasty passes, bro.
yeah, he do.
He makes some nasty passes. And then I found out I didn't know that him and Luca played in Real Madrid together.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, so they got a little connection
Luka
from
Madrid.
back in the day.
Okay.
But nonetheless, I agree. I think obviously there's probably some better options out there. Or there have been better options, but
Yeah,
when you think of a low cost option that could still be like, I really kind of look at Campazzo as maybe like a Boban at point guard because he can come in and maybe give you a little spurt
yeah.
out of nowhere, make a couple flashy passes and like just randomly give you juice,
Yeah,
on the
I'm looking at
team.
his stats now. That's why I'm looking at my
Yeah.
phone. I'm looking at his stats now.
Hmm.
Last season, averaged about 5 points, with about 18 minutes per game, which is solid. 18 minutes per game, averaging 5 points.
How many assists?
Yeah, so I'm looking for now. 5 points, 3.4 assists. Like he just comes in and he fills a role, right?
Yeah.
We talked about last show. We talked about Jalen Green, and you asked me what I thought of him, and I said, if he can be a JJ Barea, and not in the sense of the way he plays or like winning a championship or anything, but JJ Barea came in the game and he just filled whatever role needed to be filled at the time. Right, we need some more
Yeah.
playmaking. He's gonna provide that. We need a spark in scoring. He's gonna provide that. Whatever it is, he just plug and play. Right, and I think Campazzo is somewhat of a version of that. He comes in and he provides. He can get you a few points. He can get you a few assists.
What's his
He can figure it out.
Yeah, I agree. What's his this I actually don't know what's his 3-point percentage. Did he shoot does he put up some threes? I would imagine that he may not averaging 5 points a game, but
Yeah, he don't get a
I'm not
lot of
sure.
them up. He shoots 30% on
Okay.
3 attempts, so he gets one
Okay.
of 3 attempts. The season before, he shot 35% on 3.3 attempts, hitting 1.2 a
Okay.
game. So,
Okay. So he got a capable jumper. That's all you
yeah,
need in
he got
Dallas anyway,
capable.
because you're gonna be open.
Yeah,
You're gonna be open. So and that was Josh Green's problem that everybody just didn't like is the fact that man, you just gotta shoot them things.
yeah,
So which we're hearing some things in the off season, man. But
yeah.
you add
I don't like
Campazzo,
hearing things in the off season.
yeah. Yeah, I don't think we. I think we like hearing things in the
Uh,
season.
I will
But
say
yeah,
though, because I remember you mentioning, um, and you're not the only one. A lot of people want him to be in summer league, um, and I saw that he was training with who was it? He didn't do summer league because he was training with some former player or whatever. So he's at someone's camp. Oh no, I think not a former player. I think it's Kyle Lowry's. I think he was training with Kyle Lowry. I think that's who it was.
oh, okay.
So so he has been putting in the work, but I mean, who knows what that means? Not that he's not putting in
Yeah,
the work, but who knows how that shows up on the court? So
yeah. They kept him out. I remember they was I don't know what other training he was on outside, but I know he was still traveling with the summer league team. He was training, but he just wasn't playing,
oh, okay,
and stuff too, like during that time. But
yeah.
he might have still been connected with other players too.
See,
After we're gonna see.
it doesn't bother me too
Hmm.
much because he gets reps. So I don't think reps is his
Yeah,
problem. I don't think he just needs more reps because he gets playing time and all that stuff. He needs development. He needs his shot. He needs to be more confident in his shot, and that's the main
yeah,
thing. It's just being
yeah.
more
I
confident
actually
in his
think
shot.
I saw an article. I think the Mavs actually picked up his contract, his extra option and whatnot.
Okay.
So they give him an extra year of development, man. So they obviously see something in him, which I mean, we see his energy, his effort
Yeah.
on it, especially on the defensive end. We've seen what spurts of what he can do on the playmaking side. If he just is not afraid to shoot, man, he'll be a serviceable player, especially on this team.
Yeah.
So we'll see, man. Shout out to him, man. I'm excited for the season, man. We got a good amount of players to be excited for as far as
Yeah.
rotation. So yeah.
Yeah. And last player I want to talk about,
Mm,
you brought him up last week, Jaden Hardy.
yeah.
How you feel? I know we heard my opinions on him last week. I actually feel a little
Yeah.
bit better than what I said last week after watching some preseason. How do you feel about him?
Yeah, I mean, I think we saw him get. I think in that first game, it was one of those games where he was where he put up like 20 points and whatnot
Yeah.
in the game, and he had another game where he went like 1 for 5 from three and
Hmm.
stuff like that. So we've seen a little bit of the streakiness, but what I like from Hardy, I think that's what anyone can kind of respect is that he gonna shoot
Yeah. He
like
looked
he
comfortable.
say yeah. Like stuff just don't fall. It's okay. Like
Yeah.
he's gonna take his shots.
He ain't gonna hesitate.
Um, Yeah, he's not gonna hesitate. He's gonna be aggressive. He's not afraid to kind of penetrate, and it's actually crazy because I seen an article that was kind of speculating if Jaden Hardy would potentially get a starting spot just to be in that like
Yeah.
initial group, and then allowing those other individuals to take advantage of the second lineup,
Yeah.
which would be interesting to see him play off ball with Luca, um, and whatnot. So we'll see. We'll see. There's like you said, Josh Green probably have chances to start. Obviously it'll be times when maybe a Kleber get a start, or just depend on lineups and who we playing. But yeah, I'm excited to see what Hardy can do because Hardy at the end of the day, like we talk about players that if they get the ball in their hands, they either make plays or they're not afraid to go get a bucket.
Yeah.
It's good to have type of player like Hardy on your team.
He not afraid.
So
We just hoping he
yeah,
gonna hit him. That's the thing.
yeah,
But he ain't afraid though. So I think he gonna be solid for us. He may struggle early, but I think maybe like second half of the season we may see some improvement and some consistency. So um, I'm excited. So
yeah.
yeah,
Definitely. We're gonna be talking about it all season, man. So
yeah,
y'all definitely tune in, man, cause Dallas is gonna be interesting to watch all year. So definitely tap in with us at all times at 4-3 zone, man.
yeah, man. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at 43zone. Follow us on YouTube as well, man. We're gonna be releasing more clips like this as the NBA season approach. So
Definitely.
we very excited, man. You got anything else to add on to that, man?
Nah, man, go Mavs, man, at all times, man. And we'll see. I think first game is what we got Phoenix up first. So Phoenix gonna come in with a vengeance. So we gotta make sure we hit them hard.
Boy,
First game.
we finna hit them like the Australian 36ers, boy. Whatever they are, 49ers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We got to hit them boys. Make sure they know what's up. That last year wasn't no fluke, and we
Jo-
starting off
Josh Green finna
hard.
drop 45 on these boys. Shoot. But all right, man. That's enough.
For sure.
That's enough of us, man. Y'all seen
For
enough
sure.
of us, man.
Definitely.
Peace out.
Chef say I gotta kill this.